about the coming of God's kingdom. And therefore, the whole focus of the life and ministry of Jesus was the kingdom of God. Through the parables, he explains different aspects of that kingdom. And through his healing, the kingdom is in some way already present. Now, to explain what he means by the kingdom of God, Luke uses an image taken from the Old Testament. Luke says that Jesus went to Nazareth and he went to his village synagogue for the weekly prayer. And whenever somebody from the village returned after a reasonable absence, he was invited to address a few words to his village people. So Jesus was given that opportunity and he requests for the book of Isaiah. He unrolls it. In those days, books were not like what we have, they were scrolls. So he unrolls it and finds the passage that he wants, and he reads, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has anointed me to proclaim the good news to the poor. He has sent me to set the captives free, to give sight to the blind, to help those who are oppressed, and to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord." The acceptable year of the Lord is spoken about by the book of Leviticus, the Jubilee. The book of Leviticus describes the Jubilee year. We are not sure whether it was the 49th year or the 50th year. What is important is it is 7 years into 7. So remember the Sabbath, the 7th day. Similarly, the 7th month was a special year, and 7 into 7, 49. Therefore, some people think 49, others think 50 was the Jubilee year. Now, what happened or what should have happened in the Jubilee year? First, all the males of the family came back to their house. Suppose my sons are scattered. One is in Bombay, the other one in Madras, the fourth one in Calcutta. For Christmas, by agreement, they come to Goa with their families. Every year. Goa is a family Christmas is a family gathering, and we all come to our house together in Goa. That's the first thing. A gathering of the family, the experience of being a family. Second, during the Jubilee year, people did not cultivate their fields. The fields were left free so that the soil could recover. As we know, by repeated cultivation, the fertility of the soil comes down. Now, by allowing it 1 year to remain uncultivated, with the leaves, with the water, the soil improves. the leaves become natural manure, and so on. Third, suppose you had taken a loan from me, and every year I am trying to pay back the loan, but I do not succeed, and the Jubilee year intervenes. That loan will be cancelled automatically. Whatever is balanced will be cancelled. Next, suppose you don't want to give me a loan, but I need money to get my daughter married. So you tell me you mortgage your land and I will give you money. So I give my land to you, I receive money, and every year I try to pay back that money. But I don't succeed, and the Jubilee year comes. In the Jubilee year, the land will come back to me automatically. The land will come back to me, and the debt will be cancelled. Or I need money, but I don't have land. So you tell me, till you pay back the loan, you will be my servant. You will work on my land. You will work on my property. I will give you a monthly allowance. But you are my slave. You are my servant. You are a bonded laborer. And only when you pay back the full loan, you will be free. Now I am struggling. The Jubilee year comes. I have not yet paid the full loan. Automatically I am set free. The land, I become my master again, even though the debt is not yet fully paid. Whatever is balanced is cancelled. So I become free. My land comes back to me. And Jesus says to give sight to the blind. Something new is added. By adding sight to the blind, Jesus is saying, I will give people vision, the ability to see, not simply to see things outside, but to see their interconnectedness, to understand. I will give them understanding, wisdom, not simply to see things as they are. My watch on the table, the computer in front of me, not simply that, but the connectedness. If my watch is here, why is it here? If I am poor, why am I poor? If my daughter is finding it difficult to get a good husband, why is that? If my father had a lot of land and today I have no land, why is that? That is vision, that is sight. So then what is the mission of Jesus? Pope Francis sums it up this way. Our mandate is to go into all the world and to proclaim the good news to the whole creation. Then he quotes Paul from Romans, the whole of creation is waiting for the salvation, the revelation of the children of God. Here, the creation refers to every aspect of human life. Every aspect. Consequently, the mission of proclaiming the good news of Jesus Christ has a universal destination. Its mandate of charity encompasses all dimensions of human existence, all individuals, all areas of community life, all peoples, and the whole of nature is the goal of our mission. Nothing human can be alien to our mission. This is what the Pope says. Now, for greater clarity, we can put the goal of mission in terms of kingdom as a threefold goal. First, the kingdom of God is a community of healthy people. A community of healthy people. We saw in the Jubilee year, the family gathers. Hence, the first aspect of the kingdom of God is a healthy human community, which means healthy individuals. Individuals who are not frightened, individuals who are joyful, individuals who feel that they are loved, and so on. Healthy, happy individuals. When I say healthy and happy, I don't necessarily mean individuals who get everything what they want. That is not happiness. Happiness is consistent getting what we really need, not want, what we need. Then we become happy. We can want many things, but not all that we want is really good for us. For example, a child likes ice cream and the parents give the child ice cream morning, afternoon, evening, night. And after some time they find that their child has diabetes. So getting what we want does not necessarily make us happy. Receiving what we need makes us happy. And healthy individuals are precisely those persons who know really what they need and are able to find what they need. Second, the land will come back to the owner. The debts will be cancelled. There will be no slaves, namely a just society. Not only a healthy family, the family lives in the society, and we need a just society. For example, in India, we have the Pay Commission, and the latest was the 7th Pay Commission. And with that 7th Pay Commission, the salaries of government workers went quite high. But what about the farmers who are also working hard? And in fact, many of the farmers are working much more than those who are getting fat salaries. And yet, we hear so many farmers committing suicide. Why? Because there is no justice. People do less work and get a big salary. And people who work hard don't have enough to eat and they commit suicides. So the second aspect of God's kingdom is a just society. Not simply a healthy family, happy family, but a just society. Third, the whole of creation, environment, nature. We remember that in the life of Jesus, there are episodes, events that point to the health of the environment. For example, there's a storm. The disciples are frightened. They're afraid that with the storm, their boat will sink. In our country, in the recent past, we had a terrible cyclone, terrible storm in South India, and lot of property was damaged. Earlier, we had floods in Kerala. Property was damaged. Some people lost their lives. So we can experience nature as very, very frightening, devastating, destructive. This is partly the result of what we do. In a way, today, there is a lot of talk about global warming, changes in climate. And scientists are telling us, unless and until we learn to do things in a different way, our environment will become more warm and life will become difficult. We need a conversion. We got to do things in a different way. Now, let me explain this by some examples. First, healthy individuals. As I said, there are children whose parents are busy. Both parents are working and they get nice salaries. And with their salaries, they buy the best dresses for their children, best shoes for their children. Their grown-up children have the latest smartphones. And yet, those kids are not happy. Our children need something that cannot be bought in the market. Our children need love and affection. I have worked with children of rag pickers. For almost a year, I was working with children of rag pickers. And to my surprise, those kids are so happy. Their clothes stink. They come and stand close to me. At first, it was a very difficult for me to allow them to stand close to me. They were stinking. But yet they were happy. And there are others whose clothes don't stink. They have beautiful scents put on their clothes, on their hair, etc. And yet they look so gloomy, so sad. Today, many, many individuals, my friends, are not happy. This is what Pope Francis says. Speaking about what is happening in our society, he speaks about consumerism. I read, the great danger in today's world, pervaded as it is by consumerism, is the desolation and anguish born of a greedy heart, the feverish pursuit of superficial pleasures, and a blunted conscience. The Pope is saying that we are worried about having things, consumerism, many things, and the market is the big place. And so we flock to the market. We have the money and we flock to the market. But things that are bought in the market are things that will be destroyed very soon. Things that are available in the market cannot last forever. And therefore, they cannot make us happy. Only love can last forever. And as I said, the mystery of Jesus' resurrection means that the people I love, the people who love me, will not die. They will live forever. The people I love will also live forever. I will live forever. The people who love me will live forever. So love will be there. And that is what St. Paul said in Corinthians. Faith, hope, and love. These three are the greatest. But the greatest is love. Love is what makes us healthy individuals. And yet today, in spite of the fact that today we have much more money than before, so many of our young people are not really happy. And that explains many problems that we are facing. The abuse of drugs, the abuse of alcohol, the abuse of sex. All these are signs, not of bad people, but people who have not received enough love. Second, a just society. One day, my sister and I were at a Chinese shop. My sister wanted to give me some good Chinese food. So we went to the shop and she was selecting the items. I was at the counter. Then I saw a couple coming in a rickshaw. And the rickshaw was demanding 800 rupees. And they were saying, no, we come here so often, we pay only 80 rupees. And they had a fight with him, they abused him, and then gave him 90 and said, get out now. The poor man had no way. So he took the 90 rupees and went away. And yet the same couple, when they entered the Chinese food shop, they chose very costly food. So in our society, there are people who have plenty of money on the one side. There are other people who do not have enough money. And even when they work hard, they are not paid properly. So this is what I mean by an unhealthy society. A society of few people who have the best of life and the society of many others who are deprived in spite of hard work. Thirdly, a healthy environment. Today, we are very conscious of not throwing plastic anywhere. We are conscious how we use water. We are conscious that we don't waste paper and therefore save the forests and so on. So it is the duty of all of us to do what we can to keep nature healthy. This too is part of our evangelization. Evangelization is not simply saving souls. Evangelization is helping people to be healthy people, to be happy people, and only then holy people. They will be happy if they are happy with the family. They will be happy if they have a healthy society. They will be happy and healthy if they are surrounded by fresh air, if they have clean water to drink, if they have food which is not damaging due to chemicals, etc., etc. So evangelization as the kingdom of God as its goal. Happy individuals, happy society, happy environment.